when I came back from North Carolina doing cancer treatment, they flew me to Oklahoma City, and then
This call is from a federal prison.
they drove me in an unmarked police car, down to Fort Worth, and I was sitting in the back seat, and they didn't handcuff me or anything, and I was just sitting in the back seat of this white car.
Yeah.
And one out of 3 cars that passed us slowed down and took pictures.
Wow.
And it didn't matter if they were 18 or 80. It was crazy how people recognized who I was sitting in the back seat of a car.
Well, we're certainly going to need a beer for this one. Welcome back. It's a brand new episode. This is Laugh With Me, a podcast with Jeremy Odem. I'm your host, J.O. We're in for a treat today, folks. We are in for a treat. We have a special guest calling in from prison today. That's something we don't get a lot on Laugh With Me. I can tell you that right now. Johnny, my producer, Johnny Palermo, he's been with me from the beginning. There was a brief period of time that Johnny was not producing the show. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into the whys and hows of it. All we know is he came back home, and he has been crushing it here for season 4. We have guest after guest after guest lined up for you. And if you are listening now and you don't subscribe, please go ahead and hit that subscribe, hit that follow, because we are going to have some bangers for you, including today. As we have the one and only, you know what? You can't duplicate this guy. He is a one of one. That's said a lot, like in sports. Sometimes in music, you'll try to replicate it, but you cannot. There is a one of one of this individual. He is the Tiger King, Joe Exotic. He is joining us today, live from prison. Thank you, Johnny, for getting us lined up with the Tiger King. I'm excited to see where he's at. He's currently in prison for a number of charges. Okay, a number of charges. Let's run through the charges that we know of here. Okay, he's currently serving a 21-year penalty for conspiracy to commit murder for hire, violation of the Lacey Act, 8 counts of that, and 9 counts of violation of the Endangered Species Act. Now, if you've watched The Tiger King on Netflix, as most of you did during COVID 2020, you know all that. You know why he's in prison, or at least why allegedly he was put in prison, right? He claims he was wrongly accused and in prison for it. That's the case that he's fighting today. More and more evidence pops up that backs that up, and he's certainly putting it out there in hopes that the president of the United States sees it and goes ahead and gives him a pardon. That's his main focus right now. So we're gonna certainly ask him and see kind of where he's at on this pardon. Also talk about the Tiger King. I mean, the show itself. This came out in 2020. Okay, he was picked up in 2018. So he was going through the legal process while this show was being put together, and then when it came out, he was already sitting. So I'm sure the world, and he has no idea what the world thinks of him. I mean, frankly, he probably has an idea, but there's no way he knows exactly the impact that he's had in pop culture in the last 5 years. So just really interested to hear his perspective on that. And he's newly remarried. For those of you that didn't know, he just this year is newly remarried. As you saw on the show on Netflix, he was married 2 times over at the same time. There was a unfortunate incident with one of his husbands, and then once he was in prison, then he separated from another. But he has since remarried this year in 2025. So I don't know. We don't know a lot about his husband. So that might come up as well. I'm just interested to kind of see where his brain's at and what's his top of mind. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, you know. He's probably very, very focused, I would imagine. Very one track. This is what I'm working on. This is where I'm going. He has an Instagram, Joe_exotic. You can find him on Instagram, and I mean, there's plenty of content. I don't know who's running it for him, or if he has the ability to do that from inside. But he does have a very active Instagram account that is kind of a fun follow to see what's on top of mind, which I think is the part, because I'm seeing a whole lot of that as he does his best to try to get the word out. So what I don't know is how much time I'm going to actually get with him. This was very not put together last minute. I mean, we've technically had communication for at least a couple of weeks. It's just a matter of one-word answers. So it's not quite sure how much time we're going to get with Joe Exotic here today, but pretty damn excited. I'm a fan. You know, I love the Tiger King. I was just as excited to watch it in 2020, and it's become one of my comfort shows when you just need to throw something on and sometimes, and it's just kind of there, and you're entertained, and it's not something new. So definitely something I've probably watched no less than 5-6 times since 2020, maybe more. I mean, in bits and pieces, you know. You can still find it on Netflix, and it's one of those shows that I'm sure still ranks fairly high because it constantly is popping up on, hey, you like this, watch Tiger King. It's like, yeah, I've watched it 100 times, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of people get that thrown at them in the old algorithm. I'd like to know what you would have to watch in order for that to pop up. Maybe some criminal shows, I don't know if it'd be animal shows. Be kind of odd. Well, we are here. It is 10:30. That was our set appointment time. So now the clock is on for Mr. Joe Exotic. Let's see how on the nose he can be. This is exciting. This is exciting. See if he hits it. If not, this episode is going to be the what could have been. What could have been. Yeah, but Johnny, I'm proud of you, man. You're booking guests and making things happen for the audience, and the audience continues to grow week after week. Thank you so much for listening and downloading the show. It's allowing us to be able to grow the show and hopefully have some further opportunities. Here we go. Here we go. Hello.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call, you may begin speaking now.
Jeremy.
Hello, Joe.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you doing, sir?
Hanging in there.
Man, I appreciate your time and coming on Laugh with me today.
Well, I appreciate you having me out.
Yeah, I just saw on your Instagram today's day 2,503 of being wrongly imprisoned.
Do what now?
Today, I just saw on Instagram today's 2,503 of you being wrongly imprisoned.
Oh, is that what they put up there?
Yeah, that's
How long 2,000 days?
that's crazy. I know you're you're working on the pardon and getting that just kind of out there and hopefully in front of the president. Like, where are we at on that?
Well, it's hard to tell because everybody thought it was going to happen in 2020 and it didn't. So who knows what he's going to do when he's going to do it? But last I heard, it was about a week ago. Last I heard, it was supposed to happen sometime in the next 3 to 5 weeks. But who knows?
Wow. So what's that process like? Is that something like paperwork you file and then you don't get updates? You just kind of hope and wait?
Well, see, I had a pardon application filed in his first term, and see, every time a president leaves office, they deny them all. Okay, so then I had to file one for Biden, and then on January the 20th of this year, that one got denied. So I had to file it again. So now I've got another one in the U.S. Pardon Attorney's office. And it's just a matter of who he picks and chooses.
Wow. So then do you have like some champions in Washington, like anybody who's a fan of yours and then is maybe...
Well, I have Congresswoman Lauren Boebert that's out there stomping the pavement for me, and I've got Congressman Eric Burleson, Joe Rogan, Dana White, Matt Gaetz. I got some of the biggest names there is, out there shooting for this. But you know how Trump is. He'll do what he wants when he wants.
Oh, absolutely. But you've got his favorites. I mean, you've got the folks that's got his ear.
Yeah, and the people that have been, telling me that it's coming are direct friends of Donald Jr. So,
okay.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know if you remember the movie Beetlejuice, but I know Lauren Boebert's a big fan of Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You'll have to, if you ever get an opportunity to talk to her, ask her about Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Do you think it's possible that Trump knows about this and that he's just waiting to use this as like a distraction and it's going to help you, but it's going to be used to distract from something else?
Well, I know for a fact he knows about this because he was confronted by Steve Nelson from the New York Post during a live White House briefing. So
okay.
Trump said my name, and then TMZ called out Alice Johnson the other day on world television about whether or not she's going to recommend my pardon. So they know me. They know who I am.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says. He'll use it when he needs to use it. But right now, his best opportunity to use it would be now to kind of distract a little bit away from this Epstein stuff.
Yeah, he could use the distraction for sure.
Yeah, because when you got Dan Bongino upset with you,
yep.
and Ash Patel upset with you, that's telling the world that you're hiding something.
Hey, let's get you on the record right now that you are not on the Epstein list.
No, I didn't even know who Epstein was
okay.
until all of this hit the news.
That's funny. Well,
now whether or not Jeff Lowe is on the Epstein list,
yeah.
that could be possible.
That'd be what put him down for good. Yeah. Well, it'd be hard for Trump not to know who you were. I mean, in 2020, Tiger King came out on Netflix. 34 million people watched it in its first 10 days of release.
Right.
You unfortunately were in prison for all of it. What do you even have a grasp of like your stamp on pop culture?
No, not at all.
Man.
The only thing that I've seen out in the world is when I came back from North Carolina doing cancer treatment. They flew me to Oklahoma City, and then
This call is from a federal prison.
they drove me in an unmarked police car, down to Fort Worth, and I was sitting in the back seat, and they didn't handcuff me or anything, and I was just sitting in the back seat of this white car.
Yeah.
And 1 out of 3 cars that passed us slowed down and took pictures.
Wow.
And it didn't matter if they were 18 or 80. It was crazy how people recognized who I was sitting in the back seat of a car.
Well,
So it's going to be kind of, if I make it out of here alive, it's going to be kind of crazy because, I've never been prepared for this kind of notoriety.
well, no, and it's hard to even acclimate yourself back into society anyways, and you're going to come out of it one of the most popular people in America.
Though, I wish President Trump would understand the fact that when before this all happened, my big thing was fixing little kids' faces with Operation Smile. That was my favorite fundraiser.
Wow.
And feeding the homeless. Okay, and I just wish he would understand that if he would be honorable enough to just let me go home. The platform that I do have out there, the amazing things I could do to fix more little kids' faces and take care of more homeless people would be phenomenal.
Well, yeah, you'll have the opportunity to do 10x, 100x times better, good than what you have before.
Yeah.
So now you've been you're ultra popular in America. Do you get like offers? I mean, has there been movie offers? I mean, I guess there's got to be people wanting to tell your story even further.
Well, I have 3 good movie offers on the table now, but nobody wants to do anything unless I'm out.
Okay.
Because Tiger King was filmed while I was in prison. Okay,
Right.
I didn't film for Tiger King. Right, they took all of my footage that I was filming for my reality show and used it without me knowing it. I never saw Tiger King until about 6 months ago.
Holy cow. So, wow, I guess I didn't realize that all that was after you'd already been put in prison. I thought
Yeah,
it was,
I was arrested in September 7th of 2018, and they filmed that through 18, 19, and early 20.
So all those interviews and all the testimonials from your staff and your family and friends, that was all after you were already put in prison?
That was all after I was already put in prison, and the producer, Eric Good of Tiger King, paid. We have videos of him now paying them very large sums of cash to talk shit about me and make that show. Yeah.
Holy cow. So you were...
It's pretty sad. I didn't get a dime from Tiger
Yeah,
King.
I was going to say, you didn't get paid at all then.
No, none.
So do you own the name Tiger King then?
I do own the trademarks, but it takes money to hire lawyers to sue anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why everybody on the internet is selling Joe Exotic Tiger King stuff, and there ain't a damn thing I can do because I'm broke.
Oh, man. What about the music? I mean, your music came out before prison. Have you?
Right.
Were you able to? I guess. I'm sure more people were streaming your music.
I do get some royalties from my music now, but see what happened while I was in prison is instead of Tiger King, the people Netflix doing the right thing and working with me to do everything, they done everything the cheap way, and they got some clown out there named Vince Johnson to claim that the music was his.
Oh.
So they paid him, and then it took me 3 years to sue him. I just got done last March in Florida suing him because I finally found a lawyer that would do it pro bono, and I took him to court and won a judgment, so now I've got a court order proving that the music is mine, but you still have to sue Netflix, you have to sue the producers, and hell, BBC even has copyrighted some of my music.
Holy cow.
Everybody has taken advantage of Joe being in prison and not being able to fight for myself.
Oh, there's going to be
horrible.
hell to pay once you're out.
Oh, you bet. You
Yeah.
bet. You bet. Yeah, I'm going to keep some lawyers fully employed.
So over the past
This call is from a federal prison.
Over the past 6 years or so, have you been writing new music? Like, is that on your radar too?
I have. I kind of had a bad mind block there for a while.
Yeah.
But I got married, and he got out of prison, and he got deported to Mexico. So my music writing capabilities have came back call it separation anxiety, I guess.
Yeah.
But I have wrote some, and I'm not gonna lie to anybody. My people, my girls out in the world, I send them the songs, and then I guess there's a very awesome music AI program out there.
Yep.
That has put the words and the sound to it until I get out so I can sing them myself. But yeah, they're apparently all on iTunes.
The AI abilities right now are insane. Like,
it's pretty scary.
It
I've
is very
seen some
scary.
on TV that they showed on TV of what people are making Trump do. It's pretty crazy.
Have you performed at all, like for your fellow inmates or the guards or anything?
No.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So you remarried, and you said he got out, and then was he immediately deported?
He got out on May the 17th. He was supposed to have a detention hearing on the 19th, and the U.S. government picked him up on the 17th, and they dumped him in Mexico on the 18th, and he didn't even get to go to his hearing.
Holy cow. Man. Well, you're certainly one of like the rare people that have ever found love like that in prison. I would have to imagine.
It happens. You can't pick when, where, and who and why when it happens. But he's amazing, and I can't wait to get out. I intend on going to Mexico, and just like I've had in the press several times. Trump let me out of here so I can go to work and buy one of your $5 million gold cards so I can bring him back to America.
Your fellow castmate on Tiger King, Doc Antle, he was just sentenced to a year in prison.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Would you call that karma? Is just kind of a matter of time for him?
Well, I would call it. I mean, not as much karma as I'm ashamed of the government because he smuggled and trafficked human beings. Okay, in order to pay for those expensive animals to make a living and live like he lives, and that just goes to show you that the United States government. They want to bitch about all the illegal immigrants in here and the trafficking and everything, but they just showed an example of a man that was smuggling human beings to profit for himself. Only got a year. And Joe Exotic is in here for 21.
Right.
Okay? So go figure that out.
Oh. So long before, years and years ago, when you were taking your zoo on the road for like petting zoos and showcases and whatnot.
Right.
Did you ever come through Nebraska?
I did, many times. We did some shows in North Platte, Nebraska. We did a lot in Nebraska.
Yeah, I live in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
And I was just very curious. I thought that would have been a pretty cool show if that ever came through, but
I did my magic show on the road in front of probably a total of 4 or 5 million people, and I still get letters from people that were at my show 18, 20 years ago that were little kids that are grown and have their own family now. Hey, Jeremy, this thing is going to hang up any second because it just beeped. I want to thank you so much for having me. Tell everybody to get on joeexoticofficial.com, look at the evidence, do some shopping, help me out because the lawyer bills are stacking up. But tell everybody out there I send my love. George sends his love. And
there we go. Joe Exotic. That was fun. He seems like he's in good spirits. Honestly. Doesn't he sound like he was in good spirits, Johnny? I mean, he sound like a guy that obviously he's been there long enough. He kind of gets the deal. He's acclimated, but he's fighting. He's fighting. It's crazy to me that he was talking. He has no idea just how popular he is. I mean, it's, I've had family, they're inside, they come out, and it's, it's different. You got to get used to being around people again, being able to just kind of move around. Oh, that would be so hard. And then he's going to have the whole world wanting to talk to him. And he's a showman, right? He was a showman for many, many years, even before any of this, right? He's used to that. He's used to talking in front of people and being on stage and being the center of attention, but it's been so long and so secluded for so long. I did want to ask him about his health. I mean, he did mention that he was in for cancer treatment in North Carolina. Yeah, I know that's one of his biggest fears. I've read in press clippings that one of his biggest fears, he's going to die in prison before his sentence ends, and he just wants to do good out in the world. Man, Joe Exotic. That was exciting. We had the Tiger King here on Laugh With Me. Johnny, good job. I just want to tell you publicly, you did good, buddy. But yeah, you heard him. You can find his Instagram, Joe_exotic. All kinds of stuff on there. And then JoeExoticOfficial.com, it sounds like. That's the website. So Johnny, let's pull that up so that we know we got it right. And Joe Exotic. Yeah, JoeExoticOfficial.com. And you can know exactly what's going on with the case. It looks very updated. It looks like we're getting new FBI information on there. And basically anything you would need to know about Joe. Oh wow, we can shop all kinds of stuff here to help him out. Boy, the Joe Exotic underwear. That might be what I get. I want to help my guy out. Joe, if you listen to the episode, thank you so much for coming on the show. And you're welcome back anytime before or after you get up. This is exciting. Johnny. JoeExoticOfficial.com. Thanks for listening, everybody.